In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, my dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, all of us want to be respected by the people. True or not? It's more than true. It's more than true. Not only that, too, we do want to be respected by the people, rather, we are found doing everything else within our reach to get that respect. True or not? More than a truth. More than a truth. Absolutely truth. Truthful. Absolutely true. But despite all that, that we are doing so much, we are doing so much, we are doing everything else within our reach to be respected by the people, yet there is very little of it which most of us, overwhelming number of us, do succeed in achieving. Right or wrong? Very much right. Now the question is there any way? Is there any way? Yes. The answer is yes. There is a way to be respected by the people, to be treated well, properly by the people. That's absolutely possible. How would it be possible? Do we have to play any trick? Do we have to make the hectic efforts? Is it a kind of Herculean task, a rocket science, a gargantuan task? I think not. It's not an Herculean task at all. It is something which is possible in many of the cases. Obviously, it demands a kind of meticulous work, but still it is quite doable. Still, it is quite doable. Look upon the people who are found extracting the essence from certain things, from flowers, rose petal, from so many things. So, dear friends, it is like that. It is as simple as that one. But obviously, the effort is needed. This effort, again, is not something which is impossibly difficult. Not something which is impossibly difficult. It is possible and quite possible. Not something impossible at all. My dear friends, this is possible by the self image psychology. Self image psychology. What is this self image psychology? And does it seem so complicated? It is not. All what is needed is a little bit of more than a bare common sense, a little bit of more than just a common sense with some sort of efforts, struggle. It is possible, it is quite possible. We will be able to get hold on the self image psychology, and once we do, the self image psychology will work wonders for us in this respect. Self image. If at all you write a page of notebook, 2 pages, few pages upon yourself for the sake of others, what is going to happen then? Obviously, because it's a human nature that the bad points will be either ignored totally or mentioned partially. Mean the bad qualities, the bad characteristics are going to be mitigated, minimized, diminished, reduced. if not totally eliminated. And the good qualities are going to be exaggerated, going to be shown in an inflated form. Yet, some of the qualities which are non existent might have been put in it, might be included in it. But there is another writing which is not for anyone else at all, rather, it is for yourself only, and it cannot be shown to anyone else. Is there still any need to ignore the bad points of yours and exaggerate the good points? I think there is no need of it because it is not meant for anyone else, and you are 100% sure that it is not going to be handed over to anyone else other than you yourself. So our self-image psychology is like this one. It is a kind of picture which is about us, and not only that it is about us, rather it is for we ourselves only and not for anyone else at all, not for the consumption of anyone else at all. Rather, this self-image is for we ourselves only and not for anyone else at all. My dear friends, this self-image, we do have to work upon it. We do have to work upon this self-image. Obviously, there are certain things, certain bad qualities which are there, very much visible, and another certain good qualities which are also there, whether these are in the low quantity or in the good quantity, a low level of it or a good level of it. Wherever it is, we have been showing to ourselves the exact picture, although unconsciously, because unknowingly, there might have been certain mistake, but whatever it is, it is at least for we ourselves. And now, what is actually, what is which can be done, keeping in view this self-image psychology? I think that we need to make a new picture of we ourselves, although it is for we ourselves. But what we have to do is actually that we do have to eradicate the bad qualities, from the bad characteristics out of it. We don't have to accept that this is mine, we have to totally eradicate it. And as for the good qualities, the qualities we want to see in we ourselves, we do have to put in we ourselves here as well. So it is actually a kind of designed picture. It is a kind of actually, it is a kind of customized picture. It was done our own order, although done by we ourselves as well. But there is no harm, rather it is useful and good. If at all we are talking to a person who is professionally qualified to give us the counseling, who is somehow having some sort of knowledge about the NLP, the neuro linguistic programming, my dear friend, this picture, this new picture, the new image of we ourselves has to be made. And obviously, certain cares are there to be taken care while making this self image. But let me tell you of one thing, that once this self image is made, which is free of the bad habits, and which does contain the necessary good habits actually, which we were trying to create in we ourselves. If at all a new image has been created, we need to create a new image actually. And this new image of ourselves, which was made with our own effort, this is the kind of self image. And we are going to talk about the self image psychology. Now, we need to chisel a new figure of we ourselves. We need to chisel a stone to make a statue of we ourselves. This new statue actually is a kind of self image which is meant for we ourselves only, and it does not contain any bad quality, does not contain the bad habits. Rather, there are certain good habits which we always wanted to create in we ourselves, which we always wanted to see in we ourselves, has been included in it. Now, this new self image actually, it will, the way it is made, and once it is over, I think now it becomes our responsibility, and a kind of technique would be needed to put it actually, to save it and save it into our own subconscious mind. As for the conscious mind is concerned, the conscious mind will take it with a lesser effort. But as for the subconscious mind is concerned, I think a bigger effort is needed to so that with a bigger effort, with a very good amount of effort, this new self image will be put into our subconscious mind. And this as for adding it into the into our subconscious mind, as for this actually editing, this is actually the editing, this is the editing of the self image. And the new self image would have to be saved. What it has been, after it has been edited, it has to be saved, and saving it into our subconscious mind obviously does need some sort of effort. And this new effort actually, it depends a lot upon our repetition on the one hand, and the repetition with enough amount of confidence, which is full of emotions only, which is full of emotion. We don't need to go into the nitty gritty of the logic. We have to add quite an emotion. Let's make it quite an emotional one, and let's actually repeat it. As much repetition is needed so that it becomes our memory. It does become our memory once it has gone into our subconscious mind. This thing is a programming. We have programmed ourselves. Rather, we have done the reprogramming of we ourselves. This new self image, which is actually the edited old self image, which was actually, programming was already there. The programming was not as scientific as it should have been. The new programming, which after which it would be called reprogramming of wood self ourself. And after this new programming, which it has to be saved, and saving it, unlike saving it in the smartphone or in the computer, I think actually this saving will demand some sort of effort. Maybe a good amount of effort is needed, and that effort may mean that repetition, and that too with the enough amount of emotionality, with the emotional force. My dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, this new self image is saved, and it becomes a firm image in our mind, in the conscious and the subconscious mind. Now it will become effective, and what once it does become effective, we will be a new person actually. Maybe our face is the same, but our habits, our attitudes, and everything else will be changed. And this new changed, which is actually the edited self of we ourselves, will somehow ensure that the other people are treating us respectfully, carefully, and we will be considered as somebody who deserves enough amount of respect and care. That is how we can ensure whatever we wanted to achieve. Thank you. Jazakallah.